more Ace Attorney games that I've played, obviously, for the channel, and I've saved them on the VOD channel. But yeah, no, we're playing this one. We're in the 4th case. Last time, Apollo was trying to defend his best friend's mentor, who's been accused of his best friend's murder, which sucks real bad. Poor guy. And Apollo's going through a lot. He lost an eye. Apparently he says it was because of sty, or it's not. He just has an eye injury. He maybe hasn't lost the eye, but he has an injury there. And also, as the case was going through, we're finally out of the flashback, or in media res. We're finally back to the present day, because this was the case that got bombed in the first episode, all the way back then. In the middle of that case, the bomb happened because of Ted Tenate, and we solved that one a long time ago. So now we're, I guess, continuing what's going on with this case. It is weird that they were like, all right, immediate concern, let's solve this bombing. I mean, I guess it's not that weird. It is a court bombing, but it is very interesting that they were like, let's put this on pause, let's solve this one first. Now we can start this one. And so yeah, the cosmic turnabout begins. I looked just in case I didn't get rid of the screen. I did get rid of the screen. Okay, good. In the middle of the Space Center bombing trial, we had another bombing incident. That's the court bombing. This one destroyed courtroom number 4. Furthermore, Apollo suffered massive injuries from being there when the bomb went off. Yeah, that sucks. Poor Juniper. Unfortunately, Juniper Woods was fingered as the courtroom bomber. That's fine. We got her off of that. That whole mess. Athena and I knew she had to be innocent, so we took her case on. Oh, whoops. Also, may have put my mic way too high. The gain was probably very high, wasn't it? Oh, God. Now it's probably better, because I had to gain up when I hang out with my friends sometimes. They can't hear me. We managed to clear Miss Woods' name. But Apollo sustained further injuries when he was attacked by Ted Tenate. Great. And then he decided to quit. You quitter, Apollo. Or Write Anything Agency. Apollo is a tough guy, but this is taking its toll on him. Yeah, poor guy. Being attacked by Ted Tenate like that on top of all his other injuries. Apollo is resting at the nearby Hickfield Clinic. I don't want to go there! I've had some experience with that place myself. It's with that very, very creepy guy who continues to come into the series. I don't know why they keep bringing him back. What an awful turn of events. What an awful place. I never thought he'd land in a hospital of all places. Hey, Trucy, how you doing? You must miss him too, huh? Now that you don't have anybody to tease. Don't worry, he's young. He'll heal quickly, and be back before you know it. She's so down. It's been a while since I last saw Trucy look so down. We won the court case and nobody feels much like celebrating. Also, oh yeah, we're in Phoenix's perspective, huh? Alright, enough of this, people! There's no time to be moping around. Now dry those eyes, both of you. You're the one who was crying, Athena. Technicalities! We have work to do. We have to take over. Take over what exactly? You taking over my job? Do not test me. Apollo Space Center case, of course, as no verdict's been reached. There's still a chance. I agree with Athena. We should pick up Mr. Starbuck's defense. We have to avenge our fallen comrade. Right, Daddy? Apollo hasn't exactly fallen. He's still alive, you know. Good. Now that that's settled, let's get going. Come on, we gotta run. Wait, right now? We better be running the whole... We better not be running the whole way. There she goes. I better go catch up. Can you take care of the office, Juicy? Sure thing, Daddy. Let's be careful out there. In the meantime, I'm gonna bake some cookies and fill up my magic panties for you. Juicy seems to be feeling a little better. You can always count on Athena to perk everybody up with her enthusiasm. She does have 100% energy. Oh, she's back! Don't mind me, I just forgot a few things. Wallet, phone, the documents, my bag. It's like you forgot everything. I can always count on Athena for that too. Alright, you two, let's be careful out there. Guess we're off. Let's go talk to our client. December 19th, detention center, visitor's room. So our client is one Solomon Starbuck. He's so famous, even I've heard of him. Which is a surprise. Phoenix has never heard of anybody. I don't think he even watches TV. That's right. He's a super famous astronaut who works at Cosmos Space Center. He was actually up in outer space 7 years ago. You seem to know quite a bit about him. Now I'm all excited to meet the man. Wow, that was the longest sigh I've ever heard. And I know Larry. In fact, this guy reminds me of Larry. Apollo, tell me about you. You're Phoenix Wright, Apollo's mentor, right? Yes, that's right. With a W. Mentor has a nice ring to it. Don't worry about a thing, Mr. Starbuck. Mr. Wright and I have got you covered. And you're the new kid that Apollo told me about. Wait, don't I know you from somewhere? Huh? You mean other than at your trial? I don't think so. I guess so. My mistake. My memory isn't what it used to be. My mind and body are kaput. Same goes for my life. I mean, I'm so astronomically unlucky. I thought I was gonna say astronomically fucked. But, same thing. That I had a bomb go off in the middle of my trial. Trying to defend me would be like trying to enter the stratosphere without a spacecraft. Yikes, he's seriously gotta stop depressing himself. It's depressing me. Cheer up, Mr. Starbuck. Besides, that thing you said about entering the stratosphere? That just means we shine like shooting stars, right? Like shooting stars? In the night sky? You know, you're right. Why didn't I think of that? What was that pony in that meme? Shout out to Mordecai from regular show and that My Little Pony ship. God damn it. It's a very ancient meme. It's just that song. I think it's in the night sky like shooting stars. I don't remember. It's been so long. So many memes go through my brain. After all, that's what we were all put on this earth to do, right? To shine like stars. I mean, sure. Guess I shouldn't mention the fact that shooting stars burn out in a flash, but no, it's fine. It's fine, don't mention that part. Technicalities, my dude. Oh yeah, here we go! 3, 2, 1, to the stratosphere and beyond! Yeah, I feel alive now. You can go ahead and ask me anything you want while we undepress him. Is that really all it takes? Sure, that's how therapy works, sure, I guess. Uh-oh. So you have no memory at all of the incident? Oh, I'm so ashamed. My memory of the time is as black and clouded as a dark nebula. Still, it's strange you don't remember a thing. Are you sure you didn't take one of those anti-anxiety pills like they said at the trial? got it all wrong. I told him during the investigation too. I don't know anything about any drugs. I never took medication, I swear. It is true I developed a fear of space because of what happened 7 years ago. And I was taking medication secretly every now and then when my anxiety got bad. Having a fear of space is not something an astronaut can brag about, you know. Oh, the so-called Hat 1 miracle. That must have been a terrifying experience. But I'm still an astronaut at heart. Come what may, I would never take drugs that might impede my performance just before a launch. That launch meant everything to me. That's more certain than the theory of relativity. He seems like a completely different person now. This is the face of an astronaut I know. But the tranquilizers were found in your system. See, that's the thing, but I don't know why. I'm done for. If you didn't take them, then maybe somebody slipped them to you. Exactly, that's what I thought. It must have been the real culprit. My medication was in my locker. Anybody could have got their hands on it. Maybe the real culprit also planted the detonator switch in your pocket. Everyday hard to detonate. Yeah, that's gotta be it. I've been framed. I'll say, they even managed to plant your print on the switch before slipping it in. How the hell are they able to do that? That's a real possibility. Do you remember anything else that might be relevant? Anything at all, no matter how small, like about the murder weapon, for example. That knife. I think it came from one of the Space Center's utility kits. Utility kits? Yeah, staff who work on the machinery a lot are given these special toolkits to use. All the technicians have them, so I doubt you could prove whose knife it is. That's the victim's blood from a set of utility tools used by Space Center techs. Hat 1 miracle. As I recall, your last trip into space was 7 years ago, right? That's right. It was. A pretty rough experience. During that mission, we had all kinds of problems with the craft. You did? What kind of problems? Power failure, oxygen leakage, busted radio, cracked windows, loose control column. The heat shield came off as we were entering the atmosphere. I thought it was a gunner. But I managed to make it somehow with the popsicles and ice packs from the freezer. No wonder they dubbed it the Hat 1 miracle. It's a miracle you made it back. Sorry. Skimmed through that. You made it somehow with the popsicles and ice packs from the freezer. Why is that so specific? Just that specifically? Did you use that to save yourself? Space is a boundless place. That's why it continues to capture people's imaginations. The vastness of space shows us how insignificant we are in the scheme of things. The darkness just goes on and on forever and ever and ever without end. Thank you for depressing me. There was nobody else there. Nobody was gonna come save me. I was all alone. All alone with nothing to listen to but the sound of my own breathing and heartbeat. I kept scrambling to make repairs, but I couldn't keep my hands from shaking. Yeah, that would traumatize somebody, goodness. An experience like that would make anybody afraid to go up into space. Yeah, that would do it. Oh, damn it, I muted myself! No! Well. Let's just, maybe I can edit that out and then just read it. Oh, let's do this. I muted myself for, like, only a brief bit. So I'm gonna just read it over. I know you probably all read it, but it's fine. What is it? Outer space. And when the experience you had, weren't you dreading this mission? What? No way, of course not! Even now, I want to go into space so bad I can barely stand it. I want to shake off the Earth's gravity as escape velocity and spin around weightless. That's a little contradictory. I'm glad it wasn't the entire stream. Imagine I muted myself for the entire stream. That would suck. Goodness. But it's fine. But you have to admit, it was pretty harrowing. Weren't you even a tiny bit afraid? I was afraid. Of course I was. I still am. But space is man's final frontier. An unknown world. Yeah, I just muted myself to check if the audio was good. Did I fucking... Because I don't want to go on the mic. The cosmic truth is out there waiting for us somewhere. The cosmic truth, huh? I guess there are people looking for the truth in every walk of life. But no matter how afraid I am, I'm sure I can manage. I'll give in to my fear. I'll never find... If I give in to my fear, I'll never find the truth. I thought he was saying that. Yeah, I'm never gonna find the truth. Woo! As long as I don't give up, I can keep up the fight. One thing's for sure. Mr. Starbuck's passion for space is undeniably the real deal. It's just tragic that he has a bit of a traumatic experience. That's fine. So, the victim, Clay Terran. Oh, Terran. He was kind of like your protege, wasn't he? Well, it wasn't a big exaggerated deal like master and apprentice or anything like that, but Clay did think of me as his mentor. The mentor and the protege. What a combination they must have been. With his encouragement, I knew I could get over my fear and go back into space. But now... Clay must have been very encouraging, huh? Yeah. It's funny, really. Whenever I'd hear him shout, "You're fine!" Oh, wow. Did Apollo get it from him? I always got the feeling everything really was gonna be just fine. Poor dude. You're fine? Apollo says I'm fine and you're fine all the time too. And I always feel encouraged too whenever I hear him shout it. Yeah, Clay and Apollo were best buds. They used to come visit the Space Center a lot, ever since they were high school kids. One day out of the blue, Clay even told me he wanted to be my protege. Those two hung around the Space Center so much, they were like a part of the staff. One time during ZOG training, I started to panic a little bit. And the two of them took turns shouting, "You're fine!" over the radio. It was a simple thing, but it was exactly what I needed to hear. So, I'm fine and you're fine were like Apollo and Clay's secret phrases, huh? Not really a secret if you keep saying it all the time and tell everyone you say it. I wish I could ask Apollo more about Clay and their relationship now. Speaking of Clay, how do you suppose he climbed down the ladder with you over his shoulder? Maybe he tossed him down there. It's like, don't worry, you'll be fine. Sorry, but I can't even begin to imagine. But he actually did climb down that ladder, so a way has to exist. From the freedom of space to the walls of a cell. But that prosecutor said the dark night sky isn't half bad through barred windows. You're fine, Solomon. Soul Starbuck is fine. Everything's going to be alright. Huh? And Athena Sykes is fine. Come on, Mr. Wright, you too. Do I really have to? Phoenix Wright is fine. I can't hear you! Phoenix Wright is fine. Well, you got... Well, I'll get you back into space yet, Mr. Starbuck. Believe in your own innocence and have faith in us. Apollo believed in you wholeheartedly, and that's good enough for me. I believe in you too. Thank you. Thank you, both of you. I'll put my faith in you. And I vow to make it back into space. All I need first is a not guilty verdict. It sure feels nice to reassure ourselves every now and then that we're all fine. So true. Okay, Mr. Wright. Let's get our investigation of the Space Center started pronto. Good idea. Let's go. First, it's my attorney's badge. So, what do you think about this? The evidence is gonna get me convicted. No, it's my attorney's badge. I was hoping I would reassure you that we're here to defend you. Evidence isn't just for the prosecution. It can help prove a person's innocence too. That's a positive spin on things. I thought that was a common knowledge. Well, the way the law works, it's not really. Doesn't feel like it sometimes. Alright, time to move. Where we go? Has anyone come in? Did Apollo come back? You went to visit Apollo in the hospital, right? How was he? He seemed to be doing well. He was doing his cords of steel exercises in his room. I guess he's pretty gung-ho to get back to work. Is it still in media res? Did he leave yet? Oh god. Oh my god, the entire game is fucking flashback. I guess they would have been depressed of him leaving. They haven't mentioned it. Oh no. That's so funny. Was he shouting stuff like, objection and I'm fine? No. He was yelling, thank you for coming to visit me. And thank you for taking care of me. And stuff like that. I guess those voice workouts can be pretty flexible. Any ideas on the case? No, say anything, Trucy. What do you mean, Daddy? Is your attorney's badge somehow different? Did you bend it out of shape or something? It's not that easy to bend something so small out of shape, you know. Then did you change your hairstyle? Or maybe it's your suit. I don't know. You look like you always do to me, Daddy. That really was what I was asking. Well, alright then. Can I present my attorney's badge to her? It's my badge. I guess presenting your attorney's badge is like your quick trick, huh, Daddy? So it's just a trick to you, huh? Well, you are one of the talents in our Write Anything agency after all. But I have to say that an attorney's badge won't get many laughs. You're supposed to get laughs as a magician? I don't care if I don't get a laugh as long as I can clear my client's name. Haha, that's a good one, Daddy. I'm no match for you, Trucy. No, Trucy. Alright. To the entrance of the Space Center, I assume. There you go, Cosmos Space Center. December 19th. Wow. I was wondering what kind of place the Space Center would be. It almost looks like an amusement park of the future. Yeah, did you know they even let the public see their rockets up close? Oh, so check it out. Look at how brightly the Gyaxa logo shrined in the sunlight above the entranceway. Gyaxa, huh? I really dig the stars and rocket motif it's got going. Gyaxa, huh? Isn't that the new name of the Federal Space R&D program? I was like, oh, I said that too. Gyaxa, huh? Yeah, but why this strange acronym? I mean, what is GYA supposed to stand for? Galaxy? I don't know. If that were it, then it would be something... The whole thing would be something like Galaxy Exploration Agency. Which, if you ask me, I'd have abbreviated to GAXA. Or even Gaia. Oh, yeah, like Gaia. I guess so. Yeah, it sounds a lot better. Oh, I know. Maybe the person who came up with the name just really likes the letter Y. This exchange is beginning to feel oddly like deja vu. Oh, Maya. I miss you and your odd exchanges. Anyway, this place is more than just a research facility. It's also a tourist attraction. Tourist attraction? Don't make me laugh. It's a monument to the human race. Alright, who we got here? Is it that guy? Galactic scooter, full speed ahead! Oh my goodness! This man's... Is that guy missing an eye or is it just shaded in? Yikes, who's this geezer and what does he want?
Look upon me and look well. Behold the great power of space science.
Pardon me, but you are...
My glorious name is Yuri Cosmos. I'm the director of the Cosmos Space Center, the center of the cosmos.
Oh, there he is. That's fine. The center of the cosmos. Right. Boss? Oh, it's pretty grown inducing. This guy's been practicing that all day. This person is a Space Center's director. And that means... Aha! So you were the one to first discover Clay's body, weren't you? And who was the first to find the victim? Actually, there were two of them! The Space Center director, Yuri Cosmos, and Detective Candace Arm. And one of them is now dead.
That is correct. I was honored to be the very first man in all of space and time to discover the body.
That's an honor?
This talk of the incident, are you by any chance the space police?
Huh? You can't tack the word space onto just any old thing, you know. We're Mr. Starbuck's lawyers. We're here to investigate his case. Oh, and we're Earth lawyers, by the way.
I see. Yes, I've heard about you. In that case, by my esteemed privilege, I grant you permission to investigate.
I trust you are appropriately grateful. Now go ahead.
Have at it.
I can already tell he's gonna be nothing but trouble. Don't let him hear you say that, or you'll see what trouble really is. Let's just be professional and ask him about when he found the body, okay? Yeah, let's, Yuri Cosmos. That's a very interesting name, right? Oh no. Well, not a lot. When I went to grab my water, I did spill a bit of it on the floor. Hang on, I need to go clean it up. Hang on. Alright. Yeah, sorry about this. Had to clean a tiny spill. It's not too bad. Alright. Sound Director, what do you do here at the Space Center specifically?
Defend peace across the galaxy and promote space development in this country.
Galaxy, you haven't talked to any aliens that I know of. Unless the Ace Attorney universe is about to reveal something pretty big to us.
No matter what obstacles stand in our way, we keep going for the sake of mankind.
I believe I used the word specifically in my question.
Who you calling? Attention all personnel to your break stations. Prepare for break.
Okay. Oh, I get it. You just wander around and tell people what to do in a self-important manner. So true.
That is exactly right! Because I am an important man. My manner is important!
Mr. Wright, this man doesn't get sarcasm. Yeah, it's a lot of witnesses. There's bound to be some people like that here in the boundlessness of space.
What's that? You want to know what it is that makes me important specifically? Very well, I will tell you. I was the central figure of the Hat 1 project. You may proceed to be appropriately impressed. Now go ahead, have at it!
I might be more impressed if I knew what he did for it, specifically. Can we talk about the bombing? I mean, you talk about Hat 1, at least not yet, until it's important to the case. Could you tell us what you know about the incidents from the Erda Day?
I refuse!
What?
Explaining is a job for common folk, not the director of the Center for the Cosmos. My testimony, which will go down in space history, will be heard in the courtroom.
What? So does that mean you'll be taking the stand tomorrow?
That is correct. I will be the most glorious witness in the history of mankind.
That's good to know. I'm glad that you have such reverence for witnessing. I'm not sure if he really understands what being a witness is all about. That's most of the fucking witnesses in this game and series. Looks like Director Cosmos is the type that only talks about what he wants to talk about. Then let's at least try to ask him about the things he might be willing to open up about. Talk about Hat 1. The Hat 1 was a rocket that was launched into space 7 years ago, correct? And despite numerous problems, it somehow made its way back home?
I suppose it is part of my job to educate ignorant young folk like you. Very well, I will impart to you the complete story of the Hat 1 project.
Oh, thank you very much.
Hat 1's noble mission was to collect samples from an asteroid, and Mr. Starbuck was the pilot for that flight. Eventually, the Hat 1 reached its planned orbit, from where it launched the Hope probe towards the asteroid belt. From there, the Hope probe began its long, lonely journey into the far reaches of space. Then, after a terrifying struggle, the Hat 1 returned safely to Earth. The struggle was when an incident known as the Hat 1 miracle occurred.
Oh, that's what she said. That struggle is when the incident known as the Hat 1 miracle occurred, right?
Correct! And it was truly a miracle. Of course, they had to turn the ordeal into a movie. As for the Hope probe, it did eventually arrive safely at its destination. It obtained a few samples from the asteroid and returned to Earth but a few days ago.
Wow, that's actually pretty soon. So what kind of samples are they? What's in them?
The samples are scheduled for analysis in the near future. We haven't had time since they just came back today before Terran's murder. Regrettably, we've had no time to inspect the samples due to everything that has occurred. But this puts our space development program ahead of other countries by several years.
That's quite impressive. Yeah, that's good. I guess this guy isn't just a loudmouth braggart after all.
The golden age of space development. Our predecessors were successful in bringing a moon rock back. That is the greatest achievement in the history of this space set. The public fell in love with space and all of its glorious potential.
A moon rock, huh? I remember that being big.
Our endeavors with the moon rock live on in our work with those asteroid samples. I want to bestow new hopes and dreams for the future upon mankind once again. That is my mission, as the man who stands at the center of the cosmos.
I hear there's lots of research in the moon rocks and stardust from asteroids these days.
They say the results could potentially have a huge impact on all of civilization. It's like we're in a new space race with every other country out there.
What? Bite your tongue! It's not for anything so base as money or politics. It's all for the brilliant future that awaits mankind, and all for the illustrious mission!
This man just acting with his hands all the time.
With the recent budget cuts, my staff tells me finances are tight.
But I won't hear it. For some reason, this pose is so funny to me. Just looking out into the sky. Take it for meme potential, maybe. I could also go in the gallery, but those have spoiler characters, and I'm afraid to look at that gallery. I guess even the space program has to watch its budget. By the way, you seem awfully knowledgeable about this kind of thing, Adina.
Huh? Oh, well, you know, I thought I'd better brush up for the case.
Is that so? Maybe she's into space.
Well, I'll be on my way. As you can see, I'm a very busy and a very important man. Galactic Scooter! Fire up the main engine! Max battle speed and engage!
Beep beep. That thing is surprisingly fast. I guess we better get going too.
You bet. Let's make it so.
So what do we do now?
Athena Sykes is fine.
You're really trying to fill in the hole that Apollo has left us, huh? Huh? What is that all about?
I thought I'd better get fired up twice as much to make up for Apollo being gone. For starters, I thought I'd imitate him.
So you were doing a voice workout, huh?
Yep, you have to push your voice up from the pit of your stomach. Hold it! There's a contradiction in the witness's statement.
You're really serious about this.
Objection! You are lying. The true culprit is the judge.
Never say that. What? Who's gonna hand down the verdict?
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Oh my god. We never get to see these two interact a lot. So what do you think we should do next?
Oh, that's right.
What is it, Athena?
I just remembered I forgot to go running today.
Didn't you run out of the house? The agency, I mean?
I was so taken up with what happened to Apollo, it slipped my mind.
That wasn't what I was asking. Alright then. I present my attorney's badge to you!
My badge is starting to look pretty good on me, don't you think?
It suits you well.
I'm starting to feel like it gives me more dignity and presence, too.
I think she might be expecting a little too much from one tiny little badge. You continuously, present to people. We're in the lounge and there's a giant seahorse. Or sea snake? What the fuck is happening here? What? There's a chair just in the lounge, floating in the sky, and moving in multiple different degrees, angles. That's beautiful. They just do this in the lounge. So this is where Mr. Turan was murdered.
Yeah, this is the lounge. Let's see. That diagram the police made again. Right now, we're in the main building here, on the right side of their floor. Clay and Mr. Starbuck fled here from Launchpad 1 after the explosion.
You there. No admittance without express permission.
We're Mr. Stark's lawyers. We come to investigate.
Sorry, nobody gets in without permission. Not even the police superintendent.
Can't have Detective Fulbright getting mad at me. No one gets in. Not even people fucking defending the client. So Detective Fulbright is here, huh? Yeah, he's in the Launchpad 1 corridor. Go get clearance from him and then we'll talk.
Leave it to me. I'm gonna get tell the Detective Fulbright. Let's see. What trick should I use on him today?
I don't know if I should be grateful or afraid.
So to get to the Launchpad 1 corridor, we just have to go through that door with a blue rocket on it, I think.
Wait, that door? It looks awfully familiar. Like Among Us.
What? No, boss, it's the scene in the murder. And the surveillance footage? This is a door Clay and Mr. Starbuck used during their escape from the Launchpad.
Ah, that explains it.
The fingerprint system has been deactivated, so I think we can just pass through. Now, come on, let's go.
They sealed off the area, but they deactivated the fingerprint system.
Launchpad 1 corridor. Hey, it's a robot! Even in space. Safety first. So this is it, huh?
This is the corridor the two of them used in their escape.
Yep, this is the only thing connecting Launchpad 1 with the main building.
I see police tape down at the other end. Guess we won't be looking at the launch pad.
After the explosion, this whole corridor must have been filled with smoke. The launch pad itself was probably a sea of flames. Must have been pretty scary for them. Now, where could Detective Fulbright be? Hey, I think that's him over there.
There he is.
What should I do? Which path is the path of justice? He seems to be lost. That's funny. There is a police car. Oh.
Puppy, wake up. Keep yawning. I'm sorry, I didn't sleep as much as I thought. Maybe drinking some water will keep me up. That's all over there.
He seems to be lost. That's funny.
This corridor is a straight shot.
Huh?
Oh, it's you lawyer people! Welcome to the Space Center. Enjoying a relaxing day off, are you? Or maybe relaxing too much, I keep yawning. Here for a little rocket sightseeing? We're here to investigate the scene, same as you. Don't you have any info to share? Please.
Boss, if he acts at all reluctant to give us information, let's beat the shit out of him.
Oh, okay. I read the first part. I was like, huh?
We hit him with the whatever shall we do act.
I'm sure he'll fall for it.
Got it?
Why are we saying that in front of him right now? Are we trying to catch the unruly family dog here or something? Info in the case, huh? All right. I'll gladly share some with you.
Huh? What just happened?
Detectives and lawyers seeking truth and justice side by side. I like it. Just take whatever you want from me, you info bandits. I'm in a generous mood today.
I don't know. There's something weird about Detective Fulbright today.
Well, we need information, so let's run with it.
If you say so.
The crime scene. Detective Fulbright, could you give us permission to investigate the crime scene?
There's an officer on guard and we can't get in. Oh, whatever shall we do?
That's an easy one. I'll let them know over there to let you in. Investigate to your heart's content. Take a week if you need it. A month even! We don't have that long. We only have like a couple hours. Shall I have some snacks delivered? One of my men gives a mean neck rub. That would be nice. I do work a lot. No, that's okay, but thanks. Definitely not the Fulbright I know.
Detective Fulbright is acting sickeningly sweet.
It's kind of gross, actually. It's a little weird.
Do you think he hit his head on something?
Who knows? Whatever the case, it's making our lives way easier. What happened exactly? You were here at the Space Center at the time of the incident, weren't you, Detective? That's right. I was here on security assignment, and you barely explained why you were here. Very suspicious, if you ask me.
The police are required to secure rocket launches now. I didn't know that.
Yes. Well, you know us. To serve and protect. The explosions occurred while I was here on duty. So I started leading the evacuation. He's leaving out a lot of details, but okay. Oh, wait. I just realized. Are we going to use his ability? Could you tell us more about what happened? Of course. A bomb went off in the second floor of the main building. Right after that, the one over in Launchpad 1 also blew sky high. So I immediately instructed the visitors and employees to evacuate to the shelter. The shelter. That's right. There's an evacuation shelter in the basement of the Space Center. You know, I think if a bomb went off, I think people would want to leave the building. Just entirely. It's there for accidents or emergencies and the like. So, where were you in when the first bomb went off? I was on duty on the 4th floor. It was quite a madhouse, I'll tell you. The elevator wasn't working on account of the explosion, and the stairs on the 2nd floor were destroyed, so we couldn't go that way. Then wasn't it impossible to get down to the basement shelter? No. We lowered an emergency ladder from the 4th floor window and escaped that way. It was a folding ladder, so it wasn't very stable, but at least it reached the ground. After I secured the ladder, I left to take another look around for any other survivors. Once everybody else got out safely, I made my way down too, and headed for the shelter.
Wow, what an ordeal. But climbing down an emergency ladder kind of sounds fun.
You know, without the fear of a fucking bombing happening while you're climbing down, it does kind of sound fun.
Thank you for your answers, Detective. They were very helpful. Just a moment. I have some more information to share with you.
Wow, so much.
But don't tell Prosecutor Blackwell, okay?
Okay, no problem.
Wow, and Prosecutor Blackwell usually has you on a short leash too. Figuratively and literally.
Who told you about that? Well, never mind that. I thought you should know that there was a witness.
Who is the witness? You tell us more about this witness?
Sure thing. The witness was a Space Center employee who was on the 4th floor. While she was climbing down, she looked through a window into the 3rd floor lounge.
So, she was looking into the crime scene from the outside.
That's right. It was just a matter of chance that she saw something important. Not that I know what she saw exactly yet, though.
You don't? But that's the most important thing of all.
Yeah, to know what the fuck she saw.
Don't you worry. I'll get around to interviewing her soon enough. She should still be somewhere here in the Space Center. You might even run into her.
Or just someone we know from the old games. A 4th floor employee, huh? Alright, thanks for the info, Detective Fulbright. Watches a lot of art. That'd be so funny. Gee, you sure are being cooperative, Detective. A little too cooperative, even. Yeah.
Yes, well, actually,
Something you can't talk about?
Yes, something like that. Anyway, never mind. Don't worry about me. I'm not suspicious at all. I'll be on my way now. Bye.
I'm gonna call it. He is behind everything. He's the final villain of the entire game. What's that all about? Something is definitely going on. I'm gonna get out of him the next time I see him. Not kind of the DLC, obviously.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure he'll talk about it, though. Well, we have permission to investigate now. Let's head back to the boarding lounge. Only I could examine the robot. I do kind of miss the examining thing. Even though examining took so long, because I always wanted to click on everything. But still, like, what funny things they say about the fucking chair spinning at 360 degrees or the seahorse in the back? Ah, you two. Fulbright has granted you permission to investigate. Oh, actually, okay, this area is investigatable. But that robot in the back, we just leave and don't talk about it at all. Big stretch. Okay. I'll stretch a little bit because I already stretched before. But I will do a little bit of a big stretch. You also said I should bring some snacks. Or give you a neck rub too if you'd like. Oh yes, please. My neck has been a little cracky. Oh, that's alright. Thank you for the offer. You can have some Oreos. Well, time to roll up our sleeves and start investigating. Now let's see. Where's that diagram again? So this lounge is on the 3rd floor of the main building. According to Apollo, this is where he believes a third party killed his friend. Well, let's stop the recap and start looking for traces of this third person then. You read my mind, Adina. We'll make that our first priority. There's just one problem, though. This room. What the fuck is up with this room? It's just so big. Buppy, wake uppy. Hello, second. That's a good line. Buppy, wake uppy. Don't worry, we can use this to help us. A Space Center pamphlet? For tourists? Yep, picked it up at the entrance. The maps inside should come in handy. Let's see. Yep, here it is. A map of the lounge. Damn, this fucking lounge is huge. Alright, we got elevators, 4 exits, a control room. Wait, no. There's E's, but what the fuck does that even mean? 4 elevators? Oh, yeah, there are 4 elevators. I thought this said exits. No, so there's 4 elevators, and then there's like a path going to a control room. There's the boarding lounge. A control room, you can go to the boarding lounge. This is the door we went through to talk to Detective Fulbright. It's also the door that the murder took place, or the footage was at. Oh yeah, that's the door with the fingerprint recognition lock. Well, I guess this map will make things a little easier. A pamphlet for visitors to the Space Center. It includes a diagram of the boarding lounge. Yeah, no more excuses. Let's track down the third person. Wait, there's just one more thing. What's that strange creature moving outside the window? Boss, it's just a holographic image. Oh, yeah, I knew that. That's a relief. Oh my god. There should be a button somewhere in this room to turn the image on and off. That's what it says in the pamphlet anyway. The only reason you're so eager to start is so that you can push that button, isn't it? And what's wrong with that? Let's just look for the button while we're looking for clues. Alright, fine. Let's get investigating. Maybe if it turns the image off, then we'll see something. Alright. Look at that seahorse. At first glance, it looked like a peaceful landscape. And there's that creature. Didn't the Hope probe go to some planet? Maybe this is what the surface looked like. I don't know. I think it would have made the news if it discovered a creature like that. It did quite make a bit of news though, when the probe came back. Yeah, but the Hope probe didn't even go to a planet. It went on an asteroid. That's a big rock for kind of thing. Even aliens can't live there. Look at the chair. I'd like to sit on one of those. Hopefully it wouldn't make me vom though. No matter how I look at it, all I can think of is torture device. You know what? It does have that Saw-like quality. Like this is gonna be in Saw 11. I was like, but I guess it's a training device for getting used to zero gravity. Uh-oh, Adina has an odd glint in her eye. Is she thinking about trying that thing all out? I should try to stop her. I'm afraid she'll just outmuscle me. Oh, is she gonna beat you up, dude?
Hey, Mr. Wright, look at that up there.
Oh! Good eye, I didn't even spot that well. Some kind of fragment is stuck in tight. So that's what that glint was all about. That color looks familiar. I think it's part of an oxygen tank. Oh, no, sorry. I think you're right, but if that's here, it means Clay's tank ruptured after they arrived at the boarding lounge. So that is confirmed. The tussle happened when they arrived at the boarding lounge, not before. So Prosecutor Blackwell's theory that Mr. Starbuck dropped Clay down the ladder must be wrong. This proves that both of the astronauts were alive when they reached the boarding lounge. So Apollo was right. The scene of the murder wasn't the launch pad. Way to go, Apollo! Way to go, Apollo. Good job, buddy. What's this?
A window. And it's right next to the holographic image, too.
Oh, maybe this window is when the people went down the ladder and that witness saw something.
I bet it's here to help people see the stark contrast between reality and virtual reality.
Way off. It says emergency ventilation. You know, to clear smoke from a fire.
I see. It's pointing out the virtual insanity of reality.
Don't you reference that song. Some pretty futuristic looking furniture over there.
According to the pamphlet, those are no ordinary chairs. They're like amusement park teacup rides. But you can power them yourself if it says.
What? The lounge has amusement park teacup rides. Okay.
If you spin the table, your chair spins too.
Why would anybody want to have something like that here?
It's for astronauts who have trouble with the device on the ceiling. No vertical spins.
I guess.
It says it's a training device that's easy on the eyes and on the body.
Can a person really call themselves an astronaut if they can't handle 0G? So you gotta just build up to it. You gotta train. Alright, let's get this baby. Looks like there are 3 doors that lead in and out of this room.
Well, let's check. Drum roll, please. Ta-da!
The Space Center pamphlet. Okay, so we got...
We're here at the place that says Boarding Lounge 1. Here are the 3 doors. Let's call them Lefty, Righty, and Downy.
People usually say west, east, and south in a case like this, you know?
Details, details! Anyway,
take a look at the west door.
I don't play freaking Final Fantasy 14. I don't know mechanics. That door with the rocket icon leads to Launchpad 1. I know because it says here on the map, Launchpad 1 corridor. That's where we were with the detective. It was filled with smoke after the explosion. Right, next up, the right-hand side of the map. Or east in your world.
Yeah, the real world.
That's the door with a satellite dish icon signify communication, aka the control room.
Also, it's the control room. Okay, never mind. Yep, it definitely says control room. Looks like it has another door to the opposite side.
They communicate and exchange information with rockets and probes in space from there. So it's the center of the Space Center. The Space Center, if you will.
Does everybody start to talk like Director Cosmos after they've been here a while?
But it seems like they built a new command center on the 6th floor. That's what they used for the Hat 2 mission. So this control room was empty at the time.
I've always wanted to see the inside of the mission control room, and since we're here...
I'd love to do that too, but it doesn't look like we'll be able to. I want to keep curious kids like you out. So the door is protected with a fingerprint recognition only the director can go through.
Oh, that much security. I'm definitely not the one they're looking to keep out, Adina. So apparently the lock is also hooked up to... Oh, whoops. Press circle by accident. I was trying to put this down to move my mic. You know. Apparently the lock is also hooked up to the backup generator in case of emergencies. I should probably look at this a bit more. What is it? Control room door lock. The door lock to the east. It can only be operated by the director. That means multiple people can go through if the director at least opens it. Backup power lets it function even when the power goes out. So the power went out during the entire situation, but that door can still work. Larboard. Starboard. Oh no, not again. Okay, what was that last door? This lower door. Oh, excuse me. I mean, south door. It leads to the elevators. Where humans and robots can coexist peacefully. The two genders. This is the door we came through when we entered this room, right? Yep, and of course, there was no fingerprint recognition device, so it's open to anyone. The elevators weren't working at the time due to the explosion. I did that minor roulette yesterday. I died 4 times. I don't know if I want to go back there. Well, that's about it for the 3 Musketeers of the boarding lounge. What a name. Thanks. Understanding the layout of the lounge should help us understand the case. That's why I thought we'd better have a good grasp of where all the doors go. Okay, so we know that. So this is where the rocket door opened. And that window could still see them coming out from that door. This is where Austin Command Candace's arm came through here as well with the director. We'll never really know what Candace saw because she died. But I believe that's what happened. Next, maybe we can see it here. Yes, we do. A detective who specializes in the bomb case was on detail at the Space Center, one of the first to find the body. Director of the Space Center and one of the first people to discover the body, he seemed exceedingly full of himself. 62 age, died at age 27. So young. Oh, is he Apollo? Age 23, a lawyer at my agency who was attacked during the court bombing trial. He's currently recovering at the hospital. New lawyer at my agency. She studied psychology while she was in Europe. My daughter, who also happens to be an aspiring magician. I adopted her 8 years ago. Aw, it's been 8 years. Time flies. So this is where they discovered Clay. Yeah, he was already dead when they found him. Let's take a look at the photo. Bleh. So he was stretched out like this and... Huh? What's that thing that looks like a thermos? That's for the rocks, the asteroid rocks. That's the thing that Prosecutor Blackwell mentioned when I was in court with Apollo. He said that it contains asteroid samples. Oh right, Dr. Cosmos mentioned something about that too, didn't he? That they were brought back only 5 days ago by the probe that the Hat 1 launched. I wonder what they look like. Do you think they'll let us see? Let's think about that after we've solved the case, okay? The window, the doors, that one. This door, which is where the victim and defendant came out. Let's see. This door is where... Where's that pamphlet? The west door. Here we are. The door to the corridor that leads to Launchpad 1. We went to it earlier when we went to talk to Detective Fulbright. I guess the security lock must be disengaged now. They said the corridor was filled with smoke at the time of the bombing. This thing beside the door must be the fingerprint recognition device. Which reminds me, I think Prosecutor Blackwell talked about it at the trial. Liam. The notion of a third party in Launchpad 1 is utterly absurd. Just to enter the area from the lounge, one must pass through a door guarded by a fingerprint recognition device. And allow me to state up front that there are precious few with the clearance to do so. Precious few, but there are a few, other than the two of her, the defendant and the victim. Then,
Does this mean that the bomber's prints were verified by the system? The number of authorized personnel was supposed to be really small. Viola! Fingerprints. Powder. Oh wow, did you get that from Emma? I brought it just in case something like this came up. I found it at the office. I've just been itching for a chance to use it. Wow, way to think ahead. Let's test for the fingerprint recognition device and see what we can find. You got it. Now sprinkle some on here and a little over there and whoop. Let's see what we have here. Oh, we got something. It's only a single set of prints. Isn't that a good thing? I sure wish we could figure out whose prints these are. Although I doubt we'll be so lucky as to get the culprit's prints on the first try. Well, I'm willing to bet that Detective Fulbright has some fingerprint data. Right, and there's the security footage of this store too. Yes, here it is. It came up in the court the other day. I wish we could see the part of the footage just after this bit. Oh, because that would be right before the murder, wouldn't it? Let's ask the detective. The moon he's in, he'll probably show it to us right away. He's in almost too good of a mood today. Let's go see if we can find him again once we're done with this room. Right. That's the fingerprint thing. So this is the fingerprint recognition device. You can see, put your hand on this hair mark. Why, guess when you can try. Now to line my hand up with the outline. Don't you touch the evidence! Don't, Adina, this thing is related to the case. Get your prints all over that, and next thing you know, you'll be named a suspect. Trust me, I know about my assistants being named suspects. Can you be so good to a little girl like me? I'm not buying those tears, Missy. I wonder what this big knob is for. It looks like the knob on the stove. Is that for the light? For the hologram? Looks the same shape, but I think that's where the similarities end. I mean, it's behind a glass pane. What kind of stove would require knob security like this? It could be an emergency thing. Well, the knob is straight up and down, so if it was for a stove, the burner would be off. Right, if it was for a stove in a fucking space center. Still, I wonder what it's really for. Something turned on by a knob. That's not a stove. How about a rocket engine? A rocket engine knob that's here? If you had to start the engineer, the rocket would take off before you could go in. And I guess all we can say for now is that it's a mystery knob. How about we just turn it? Surely people will be fine with that. Turn the knob. I wish I could. That's a Tesla rocket starter. Oh no. If I turn the knob, we all just die. Here's another amazing piece of equipment. A walk on the surface of the moon, it says. You know, when I hear lounge, I just assume people would just be like sitting in chairs. Maybe it's a coffee room. Got a little fridge somewhere. For food. No, we got like 0G seat here. A moonwalking thing. The seats turn. Oh boy, I want to try it. Gravity is weak on the moon, so I bet I could do a mid-air somersaults. We're still on Earth, remember? Besides, it's connected to the ceiling. Well, at least I could jump really high. There's a sign on the wall that very clearly says, don't jump too high. What good is this thing? Didn't I say in the beginning, walk on the surface of the moon? It's true. Oh wait, it says danger here. Give me a bit, I will maybe get some soda. But let me just look at whatever this is. Oh, a shining glint. So probably just want to finish off this area. Hey, I see something shiny down there. Let's take this cover off then. The hell is that? Oh, it's a bullet.
What's a bullet like this doing here? Let's just be sure. The autopsy says stabbing, so someone fired a gun at some point.
What's this? It looks like a metal jelly bean.
It's really small, but it's a bullet. It's only about 2 or 3 millimeters in diameter. Let's see. That would make the caliber 10? Caliber refers to the diameter of the gun's barrel, right? Yes, but I've never heard of a 10 caliber gun before. The bullet must be for a special kind of gun. I bet if you tried firing a bullet this small with a regular sized gun, it would just fall right out of it. Yeah, it must have been a really small gun. Wonder how the bullet ended up here. I mean, we're in the bottom left on the south door side of the room, according to this map. That's pretty far from where Clay's body was. Maybe the police didn't think to look here. Yeah, leaves Detective Fulbright to accidentally hand us just the card we need. Discovered in a gutter that runs along the south wall of the boarding lounge, it was fired from a .10 caliber handgun. Which is pretty crazy in itself, but alright. There's this door, but we don't need to look at that anymore. Don't know what to switch it. There's a camera. This must be the security camera that recorded the astronauts making their escape. Oh, let's commemorate this occasion with love and peace. If you're done now, shall we move on? Yeah, okay. But just one more for the road. Love and peace. Peace. Very mature. I give her a break. Live her life. Alright, this area here. These are pods, apparently. They're apparently oxygen capsules, there for recovery after a training session. I wonder if they can change your voice. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Huh? I didn't do anything. It's not helium, Athena. It's oxygen. What have they taught you in Europe? There's a mirror. Oh, a mirror! How thoughtful of them to put one here. Thoughtful? So the ladies can fix up their makeup. One's appearance is just important as in space as it is on Earth, you know. You never know when you're gonna run into some other life form after all. I doubt anybody who thinks like that would ever become an astronaut in the first place. So you gotta fix up your makeup for the hot aliens. No. One more. Then that's a full 3. Oh, we already checked the body. Blah. Oh, we talked about the samples. Is there a way to turn this off? Or switch the imagery at least? Oh, was it? I thought that was a spider web, but that's a crack. Bright purple sky, plenty of greenery, and a tranquil lake. The idyllic scene stretches on as far as the eye can see. It's beautiful, but it lacks something to make it truly captivating. Or maybe it is a spider web. I guess. Ah, I thought I clicked that. Or I guess there was a mark on it. Is there anything else we can put on there? Oh, yeah. Garbage? What's this, a trapdoor? It's a trash chute. The cleaning robots drove the garbage out from here. Robots do the cleaning? What a futuristic world we live in. I just hope they don't revolt like they do in the science fiction movies. No way! All the robots here are very nice. They may steal your art, though. Actually, wasn't there one on Launchpad 1 corridor? We can go say hi to it if you want. Yeah, let's go say hi to it. Is there anything else we need?
Ah, what is this? What's the switch? There's some kind of panel with 2 buttons on here. Just push it! That's the invariable principle of buttons! There are such things as buttons left unpushed.
Another bomb gets armed. There it is. We found the control.
Hey, the giant holographic image disappeared. Yeah. Thought that side of the wall seems... This side of the wall seems kind of barren without it now. Still, let's see if we can find anything new with the image off. Yeah, I think I already know where we're getting at here. That is not a cobweb, I was right. That is indeed a crack in the screen. Hey, Mr. Wright, take a look at this. Looks like a bullet hole. Oh, it's a bullet hole? Oh, no. That or Spider-Man decided to come here. Where'd you find it, Dina? It's pretty big. Whoever fired this shot must have been using a pretty large gun. Really? You think so? Based on my experience, I'd say it was fired from a regular pistol. Well, whatever size it was, somebody fired a gun in here, right? Apparently, this is an important fact. Do you see a bullet around here somewhere? No, the police might have taken it down. What about the bullet we just found? A single bullet hole was found in the boarding lounge. The bullet itself is missing. It's literally right here. Ask Detective Fulbright about this bullet hole later. Welcome to the Space Center, guests. Welcome. Yikes! What in the world? My name is Ponko. P-O-N-T-O. Ponko. Look at this amazing creature, which we will meet in a little bit. Stream may not be that long. I'm gonna tell you all right now, I may actually just end when the investigation ends, because, I got stuff to do later. Also got a shower as well. But, you know, we're gonna try our best to see what we can do. Maybe if it ends early, then the investigation, then maybe I'll start the trial, but it'll only be like half of it, because I know trials run long. Hello, Ponko. Are you sightseeing? Are you lost? Are you looking around? Choose one. I will guide you. It's a robot? It do be a robot. I am not a robot. I am Ponko. Yeah, no worries though. Tomorrow I'll try to stream longer. As long as I'm not feeling too tired. Psychological observation and navigation companion. P-O-N-C-O. Ponko. Wait a minute. The acronym is Psychological Observation Navigation Companion. The last one, they couldn't come up with an L, I guess. Well, I'm glad we got that cleared up. Oh, Ponko, I've missed you! You noticing? Huh? Do you noticing, Adina? Oh, she, showed us around last time when I came here with Apollo. Oh, you're such a good girl, Ponko. That's a good girl. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy. So very happy. Well, Adina does have familiarity with robots. Wow, a guide robot. That's pretty cool. My name is Phoenix Wright. Nice to meet you. Stop calling it a robot. It's gonna get mad. I don't know you. I don't know you. Huh? Ouch. That hurt. Oh, she has to register people she meets for the first time. Please register him, Ponko. Certainly. Commencing guest registration. Please tell me your name. A nickname is fine too. His name is Phoenix. A bit overly familiar, but I'll allow it. Oh. Yes, the thing where Japanese people are like, please do not say our first names. Say our last names. If we don't know you that well. Phoenix, please let me get a good look at your face. Well, to be fair, at least she didn't call you Nick. Oh, sure. Registering. Facial recognition registration sequence complete. We're now officially friends. Nice to meet you, Phoenix. Huh, this robot is pretty cute. It is adorable. You made a friend, boss! Isn't it great? Phoenix, Adina, allow me to guide you. Right this way. Oh, goody. Let's go, boss.
Go where? We have an investigation to do, Adina. But alright, might as well go.
Oh, this is a place.
No, it's a space museum. I thought that was the actual rocket, and then I realized, wait, why the hell all this stuff, all this stuff here? Aliens. No, wait. Oh wow, what is this place? Is that rocket real? No, it's probably not.
Welcome, welcome. The Space Museum is open to the public every day of the year from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Learn about the history of our nation's space development and the Hat 1 project. The rocket is just a replica, but it's the same size as the real one.
The Space Museum. Oh, here it is on the map. Oh, it's on the other side. I thought it was Launchpad 1. Oh, 2. Wait, I thought it was Launchpad 2. Didn't they say that?
Okay, so it's on the exact opposite side of the main building from Launchpad 1.
I swear, like I said, if this is where they thought they were when everything went down, then the explosion happening in Pad 1 would make sense how he got down the ladder. They just went down an elevator in this area. Everything was flipped around, which would be actually very similar to that one Dangan. This entire diagram is similar to that one Danganronpa 2 trial, where it's just like the grape room, the cherry room, or whatever, and it's just a fucking, oh god, I forgot what the trick was to that room, to that enclosed space. It's been forever since I played that. It includes a diagram of the boarding lounge and a cross-section view of the Space Center. 3 pages.
Ask me anything, I will explain.
Hang on. So we got the boarding lounge, Launchpad 1 and Space Museum. The Space Museum. The full-size replica of Hat 1 and important items related to space exploration and the Hat 1 expedition are on display. The museum is open to the public every day of the year from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Last thing I have to look at this. So, the control room. That's how they were able to find the body so fast. They got out of the room and to the boarding lounge, which makes them a suspect because they could have gone out and then been like, alright, time to commit the murder. Launchpad 1 corridor, went to the bomb area. If my weird wackadoo theory on them actually being in the other side of in the Space Museum rather than the actual launch pad is correct, then the boarding lounge kerfuffle wouldn't make sense because everything we found was in boarding lounge 1, so that's probably not true. But maybe this has something to do with something. Because during the case, we just, like, immediately I get shown this diagram and then they cut away from Space Museum and show only Launchpad 1, which makes me think, is that important? It seems important if you're cutting away from it. But, who knows? I mean, we're here. What can you explain to me? The Hat 1. This is quite a place. I can't believe we get to see a rocket this close up.
This is a replica of the Hat 1 that was launched 7 years ago. It's exactly like the real Hat 1, inside and out.
Also, 7 years ago. I wonder if that's important to the main plot of the story, since about 8 years ago is when good old Mr. Right here lost his badge and adopted Chusei.
Its little brother, the Hat 2, was supposed to launch the other day.
I wonder if Punko knows why the launch was cancelled.
Over there is an exhibit about the launch 7 years ago. Check it out. Check it out.
Spacesuits, photos, newspaper articles. I'd like to come here again on my day off. Hey, what's this photo of? Look at these people. Aw. There's Ponko. There's two cute ladies here. And one with antenna, which makes me just think that she's a robot. There's an instructor. There's Apollo's friend. Mr. Terran. Phoenix. That's the staff of the Hat One project. All of these people are suspects. Except for, obviously, our defendant and the victim. So all of the people on the right and in the middle are suspects. Even you, Punko. You're not above suspicion. Oh, there's Mr. Starbuck. He looks so young and so different. Oh, and that's... What is it, Dina? Is something wrong? Oh? Oh! Nothing. No, nothing. I just thought Mr. Starbuck looked really young, too. That's all. Well, it was 7 years ago, after all. So the young guy is standing next to Mr. Starbuck. Alright. Okay. So she froze up. So, and there are characters we've never met before. What if the lady in the yellow over there is connected to Dina because she wears yellow? That's the only anime logic I can come up with. And so my guess is... Mom? Sister? Who knows? Is Clay Turan the victim? That or she's has something to do with Clay Turan. So they were mentor and protege even way back then. And he's even got one of the staff jackets. He looks just like a regular staff member. No, Clay was still a student then. He just borrowed one of Solomon's old jackets. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Clay would have been in high school 7 years ago. Everybody looks so happy. Ah, such tragedy. The Space Museum is great. What fantastic exhibits. Yeah. What's with that jacket with the hole in it? This area used to be Launchpad 2. That's why the only entrance is on the 3rd floor. Ah, really now? Wouldn't it be better if they just made a new ground floor entrance instead? There was talk of it, but they had to scrap it, their plans, because of the budget cuts. Budget cuts. Budget cuts. We need more money. Money. Who would record that kind of information into a guide robot? God. While it was in space, the Hat One launched a probe called Hope. Maybe you should have a souvenir store. That'd make some money. Just sell some moon rocks. But really just pick up some rocks outside of the... outside from the ground and then be like, these are moon rocks, yep. $20 each. The Hope probe collected some samples from the asteroid and returned 5 days ago. That's what Director Cosmos said too. He told us they came back the day before Clay was killed. And here it is, the Hope space probe. Ah, magical. I think I've seen that logo somewhere before. Let's see. Oh yeah, the capsule that the victim was carrying. I think it had the same logo. Dina has not said anything in a while. I wonder if she froze up because of that photo. I think it could be seen in the photo attached to the autopsy report. Maybe she'll give me some more info if I show it to her. First. The way the Space Center launch pad is set up is really cool. Would you like me to tell you about it? Would you? The setup of the launch pad? Go gentle on my spiky-haired mind, please. I'm bad with diagrams. I already have, like, 3 in my head. I want to know. I want to know. Phoenix wants to know too. Great. Now Adina's got a case of punkoitis. Alright. I will tell you then. Oh my god. The rocket is built right inside the launch pad structure. When the rocket is complete, it's moved along with the launch pad over the rails. Oh god, it is Grape Room. It's fucking the Danganronpa room. And brought into position at the launch site. So it wasn't in position yet.
Oh, a strawberry room as well. That's right. Where's the final dead room? When can we play Zero Escape? Isn't it cool? Isn't it? We used to have a big budget, so that's how we could build it all. It's very cool. Grand setup that suits an important place like the Space Center. I guess everyone is hoping for a bigger budget next year, myself included. Alright, so I'm gonna come up with a little theory, is that the probe came back with asteroid rocks, but maybe it didn't come back with anything at all. And then they were like, fuck! And someone died along the way. They were like, we can't go into space. We need maybe insurance. Maybe they blew up the rocket for the insurance money? Because they didn't want to go. And Clay found out during the scheme. They're like, saw something suspicious, and they were like, well, we gotta silence you. I'm guessing the whole thing is operated from the control room, huh? That it is, but it can also be operated from the new command center too. Either way, the safety lock in the boarding lounge has to first be disengaged. I guess before a big move like that can be carried out, there are all kinds of procedures. I would love to see the launch pad being moved. When's the next one scheduled for? Searching data. All future plans have been put on hold because of the bombing and the murder, I'll bet. Which is perfectly understandable. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff happened. And when was the last time it was moved? Probably 8 years ago? 7 years ago? Searching data. I'm sorry. That answer isn't in my answer database. Interesting. I guess Ponko can only answer certain questions. Alright, so I should present you with the autopsy report. Ponko, do you recognize this capsule here on the top right? Checking. Registered data, also do not mind the dead body. I know. It's the Hope capsule. It was carried inside the Hope probe. It contained the asteroid samples, right? Yes, it was designed to store the samples gathered by the Hope probe. It's been stored in the safe in Launchpad 1 ever since it returned to Earth. It must not be removed! Oh, okay, goodness. Don't worry, Ponko. The people in charge already know what happened. They do? I must ask them later. So the capsule was being kept in Launchpad 1, huh? Maybe Clay was trying to carry it to safety after the explosion. The Space Center staff must have been really excited to finally get the capsule back. But it's a pity this incident occurred before they got a chance to check the contents. Well, the police took it as evidence, so they'll have to wait a little longer. Found in the victim's possession, it recently returned from a 7-year mission and contains asteroid samples. Alright, maybe it doesn't have anything at all in there. Well, we certainly learned a lot about the Space Museum. Thank you, Ponko. You explained everything very well. I love to explain. Thank you for listening. Thank you. You two are like old friends. That's hard to believe you just met recently. Heh. It's because Ponko is so friendly. Oh, what should we investigate next? Let's go find Detective Fulbright. We have things to ask him about. Let's see, the security footage and the fingerprint data, was it? Okay, then let's go back to the Launchpad 1 corridor. Let me see the jacket, though! Bye, Ponko, see you later! Not the jacket, though! Come again, and don't forget to visit the gift shop. Oh, there's the gift shop. Poor Ponko. What a Dickensian life we are all forced to lead. Surprised Phoenix knows that word. I can't examine it. Maybe it's important. Maybe it isn't. Alright, so the fingerprint analysis to Fulbright. Maybe it's here. Hello? What should I do? What path is the path of justice? There's Detective Fulbright. He still seems to be lost, even though it's a straight corridor. I don't think he's maybe talking about this.
Let's hope he's still in a cooperative mood as well then. If he doesn't cooperate, then I'll just have to use my powers on him. You mean that lady in distress bit? Oh, the motion widget. Hey, buddy. So we just talk to him. Yeah, alright, the bullet hole at the scene. We found a bullet hole in the wall at the crime scene. You did? Our team found that too. It was Detective Arm who fired that bullet. Detective Arm? Why? That's right! A warning shot for the defendant!
Huh.
Okay. Was it really such a high dread situation that you need to do that? I'm afraid I don't know the details. But what with Detective Arm gone and all?
I thought there were 2 people who discovered the crime scene together.
We already know Director Cosmos will testify, so tomorrow will be about what he knows. Hey, you're pretty smart. That's exactly what we're planning to serve as the main course. I hope it goes down easy. The fingerprint data?
Detective, we'd like to run a comparison on some prints we found in the boarding lounge.
Ah, yes. I just happen to have compiled the print data of everyone related to this case. I can always make another copy for myself, so it's all yours. Consider it a gift. This is quite a bit of data. Well, when I said everyone, I meant it. Prosecutor Blackwell said to dig deep, so that's what I did. It sure took a while, though.
Wow, you got Apollo's and mine's prints?
Oh, that's a little creepy.
He even got prints for all of the robots.
Huh? I guess when Blackwell said to dig deep, Fulbright didn't bother to ask how deep.
Clay's fingerprints are here too?
I personally removed his glove during the investigation. We had to get his fingerprints to confirm his identity after all.
I still can't believe you took off his glove to get his fingerprints.
Yeah, well, you can't blame me for thinking they're important in this case. There's a lot of doors that require fingerprint verification in the lounge. So depending on whose prints we find, it can completely change the tide for both sides. Makes sense after all, the culprit's prints did get them past the fingerprint lock somehow. Oh, and take this picture. It might come in handy. Isn't this just a photo of the Launchpad 1 door? Yep, but Prosecutor Blackwell seemed really interested in it for some reason. Huh? What's so important about this door? Beats me, but boy, could you see the gears in his head go into hyperdrive at it. Sounds like this is gonna be a major point of contention tomorrow.
Hey, don't forget about the print comparison, boss.
Right, Detective Fulbright, do you think you could run the test for us right now? You just leave it to me. In justice we trust. Also, yeah, he hasn't said this line for a long while. So, Okay, here we go. Well, it looks like it was Mr. Starbuck who opened that security door. He must have opened it when they went to board the rocket.
His heart must have been full of hopes and dreams for his space adventure right then.
Starbuck opened it. Starbuck's prints were found in the door lock. Also see photo taken after the incident. It's a control room door. There we go. All the prints of Cosmos, Starbuck, and Turan are authorized, equipped with backup power. Recognition attempts are recorded in the security camera. Starbuck prints were found on the scanner screen after the incident. Here's a picture of it.
I don't see anything interestingly different.
It's next to the garbage. Should we present the bullet? I kinda don't want to. Keep that little thing tucked away. Present security camera footage to Detective Fulbright. Oh yeah. Detective, about the security footage that was taken by the boarding lounge on camera.
Oh, that footage! Go ahead and ask me anything you like about it!
Is there any way I could see a little more of that part just after this?
Easy as pie. I'd be glad to show you. Here we go.
Walking. Then darkness. Huh? The screen went black.
Yes, apparently the after effects of the explosion damaged the wires.
Oh, okay, that's great.
Or was it a bullet? So there's no footage after this point? Ha 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 ha.
Uh-huh.
Why didn't you just say so from the beginning?
The video ends immediately after this scene. Something definitely seems to be up with you, Detective. You're unusually cooperative.
Is it because you know you're gonna win?
Well, I just figure if we work together, we'll get that much closer to justice, right?
Is it time for the Magatama?
Did you not bring it today, Phoenix? But it seems like something's really been bothering you. You don't have some kind of ulterior motive, do you?
What? I don't know what you're talking about! I would never do anything like that! There it is!
Ah, this old mechanic. God damn it. Terrible at this. It's been a while, but those are definitely Cyclocks. Ooh, an updated version of the theme. Do 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 do.
Yeah, sounds nice.
Alright. Did you just mouth psyched? Is there something I should be psyched about?
No, Psych Lock. It's a system of locks on the secrets in a person's heart. I can see when people are trying to hide those secrets by using the power of this Magatama.
It's like, are you sure you don't need to go to the hospital?
Presenting evidence can break those locks and reveal any secrets they're hiding.
But, Mr. Wright, how much did they bilk you out for that piece of rock?
Milk? It's like milk mixed with like battery acid or something.
Bilk. Man, I love me some bilk. If you've been swindled, I know some lawyers I can introduce you to.
I'm more than capable of representing myself, thank you very much. It isn't some kind of fraud. It really works. A friend gave it to me a long time ago. Mister, to this day. R.I.P. Maya. She probably died because, I don't know, too many hamburgers.
Bilk verb to defraud, cheat, or swindle.
Nice. I'll use that when next I have a little
Gathering.
which will be never. Just try to be fancy. But I guess seeing is believing. Allow me to show you. Let's see what presenting the Magatama, the triangle, will reveal, shall we? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's reveal what he knows. Haven't saved in a while.
Take that!
Yeah, we should have everything so far, so we should be able to do this.
Why, you're being cooperative.
I think you're hiding something, Detective. So why don't you just tell us about it? What to do? Which path is the path of justice?
Edgar Fulbright is really in agony.
I bet this is the issue he's so torn up over. Life. Love. Justice. His love life. With Blackwell. He's questioning what he should do. Should he pop the question? Or let's just go to justice. I really understand what's been bothering you, Detective. I truly do. Something happened that goes against your principles, isn't that right?
No! I don't know what you're talking about. Until the explosion occurred, everything was just fine. Does everyone say that all the time?
Is that a fact?
Yep, peaceful as peaceful can be. Everyone whistling a happy tune as they did their job. You never saw a more relaxed guard detail for a routine rocket launch. Until the explosion. Relaxed guard detail. I don't think the guard detail was relaxed as you claim as long as this exists. He say, until the explosion occurred, everything was just fine. So he means that the explosion obviously isn't it. Unless I'm reading too much into that wording, and it is what it's supposed to be. But let's just think about the fact that that's not what's going on here. Discovered in the gutter that runs along the soft wall of the boarding lounge, it was fired by a 10.10 caliber handgun. Contains asteroid samples. Maybe that one? The Hope capsule? Police officers and riot police who had been standing gave evacuation instructions. Power outage, affected areas remain dark, security systems switched over to emergency power, evacuees move to the basement shelter. I mean, it could be that one. Report? But like I said, didn't mention the bombing. Front door lock, Space Center pamphlet. Let's try... Okay, there's a couple things. One, not thinking of the explosion, it's probably this one. I do have water, soda. That's hydration, sure. Hope capsule. Let's try this one.
Take that!
There must be something wrong with my sunglasses today. You aren't presenting that to me as evidence, are you? Is he making fun of me? It's just as I said. Until the explosions occurred, everything was just fine. I don't lose health anymore, so... This bullet... No. Okay. What about the evacuation rope? Let's just talk about the explosion. Okay, so the phrasing, until the explosion, except for the part where, you know, everything was fine. And to contradict that statement, you use details of the explosion. Before the explosions, what was supposed to happen here was a rocket launch. And the security was so tight, they even brought in a special task force. Okay, that one makes sense. I'll give them that. It hardly describes that as a relaxed guard detail. And now hold on just one moment. The entire nation had their eyes on this extremely important rocket launch. That's why I was called in on a special security detail. As versatile as you are, I can certainly believe that that's true. But I say it's very strange that this person will be part of that detail from the outset. Specialized in bomb cases, meaning that there was already a bomb threat. Okay. Detective Arm specialized in bomb cases. The fact that she was here on hand means that you people knew there was a possibility that a bombing would occur. You got me, Mr. Right! Unlock successful. So there was a bomb threat. Alright, didn't even think about that, but that makes sense, yeah. What you can't say. Alright, I concede you win. It's just as you say. A few days before the launch, they were warned about a potential bombing. Yippee! But the planned launch went ahead in spite of the threat. But why? What were they planning to do if someone got hurt or killed? Yeah, I know. The decision to move forward wasn't exactly just, was it? How was the warning delivered? By phone.
and directly to Director Cosmos. The police department instructed everybody to keep it under wraps. It's a big thing to keep quiet about. No wonder you were so upset. But it's not only that, I've been distraught about Prosecutor Blackwell as well. Prosecutor Blackwell? Well, as his handler, I'm sure you have a lot of difficulties. Is that what they call it these days? That's not it! It's a question of justice! I've been wondering about why he's allowed to stand in court. Yeah, it's a little odd. The reason he's still prosecuting? Detective Fulbright, please tell us everything you know. Let's get more about him. We don't know anything about him. Well, talking to you folks about it would definitely be breaking the rules. Never mind that. What rules? What are rules but things to be broken, right? Yeah, sure. That's how that goes. Well, to tell you the truth, having a prisoner act as a prosecutor is highly irregular. I think we guessed that much. Yeah, we guessed that part, but can you talk about why they did it? So why is it being allowed? I've been wondering and wondering about it. So you weren't told why either, huh? No. I guess the order came from pretty high up the ladder. Would have to have. But Prosecutor Blackwell told me once. The hunt I've been on for the phantom of 7 years past continues even still. 7 years past? Right, 7 years ago. The rocket launched as well. A phantom, huh? Not one of the friendly variety either, I gather. Hunted for 7 years. This phantom of 7 years past, any idea who or what he was talking about? Not a clue. But he seems to think that this phantom is behind this whole incident somehow. But wait a minute. He thinks they may be connected to this case? Yep. This case has way too many similarities to what happened 7 years ago. For starters, that case happened right here at this very space center too. And in both incidents, a threat was issued via telephone. So that's why Prosecutor Blackwell thinks this incident is the work of the Phantom. Well, that's not the entire reason. I mean, if you want to talk about 7 years ago, that's when Prosecutor Blackwell was found guilty of murder. That messy case is what started the whole dark age of the law. What? That one case? Good lord. So you see how this Phantom and Prosecutor Blackwell's conviction might be related? Yeah, I can see why he'd think that. This incident and the Phantom, not to mention Blackwell's past, it's almost inconceivable that they would come to a head here. In a space station, of all places. This might sound crazy, but Prosecutor Blackwell can't possibly believe Mr. Starbuck is this Phantom person, right? I mean, he was acting kind of strange during the last trial and all. That's true, I guess he hated Mr. Starbuck the most. Does he think it's him? Oh man. The prosecution appears to be ready as well.
Silence.
Not yet. I'm not quite ready yet. I'm going full power at the start! Oh my god, that's Super Saiyan 3! No, I doubt he thinks Mr. Starbuck is the Phantom. Okay, good, because I do not want to be defending a murderer. Or a bomber in this case. But I do get the feeling that he thinks the defendant has ties to them. Which is why he's acting so impatient. He's got a personal grudge against Mr. Starbuck. And that's not real justice.
I've always trusted in Prosecutor Blackwell's judgment. Until now. But this time, I'm just overwrought about it all. If he's lost his ability to think rationally, I'm afraid it might lead to a false conviction. I've never seen Detective Fulbright so tormented. This must be why he's been so cooperative. Don't worry, that's exactly what we defense lawyers are working to prevent. I feel bad for Prosecutor Blackwell, but I'm going to be rooting for your team this time. But, don't tell him that. You have to promise me you won't. Detective Fulbright, I guess I was wrong about you. I swore to reform Prosecutor Blackwell and make him a valued member of society again. So I can't just sit by and watch him give in to his emotions and tear the defendant apart. Right. You're the only ones who can stop him in court.
You really care and want what's best for Prosecutor Blackwell, don't you, Detective?
Leave the courtroom to us. It's not like we want a guilty verdict either. I was hoping you'd say that. I'm really grateful to the two of you. To show my thanks, I'll give you another bit of information about the eyewitness. Oh yes, please tell us about them. I would like to know that. I saw her hanging around the Space Center entrance a little while ago. Oh?
Really? Then let's go find her, Mr. Wright.
Thanks, you two. I feel a lot better now that I've been able to get that off my chest. I'm going to work extra hard to find that perfect piece of evidence for you. In justice we trust. On 3. 1, 2, 3. In justice we trust. Okay, later. I still don't trust you. Also, if you really think about it, the way he says that. In justice we trust. It could be a play on words. As in injustice. The fact of the opposite of justice. That being said, I could be reading too much into it. I'll admit that. My theory could hold no water.
There he goes.
Wait, were we supposed to say injustice we trust back there too? I never know what I'm...
Let's go see that witness now.
Alright. The Space Center entrance it is. Calling it what if it's... What if it's the robot? That was going down the ladder. There they are. They do have a portrait here. Bunko, a guide robot at the Space Center. She can provide information on the center and show people around. Does it have legs? I think it has wheels. The witness must be somewhere around here somewhere. Oh my god. No, it's a different one. I was close. I was fucking close.
Hello, hello.
Uh-oh. Don't tell me the witness is a robot.
Hello. Come over here. Hello, hello. Are you sightseeing? Are you lost? Are you... I am Clono. Shall I guide you? I don't know why, but this robot is kind of freaking me out.
It's a little bugged.
You sure you updated this robot? Is it on Windows 11? Hey, you're not supposed to be wandering around.
Oh, the inventor. Oh, hello, ma'am. Hello, what is your name? Oh my god! Wish that were me. I mean, hello again.
Huh. I've had it with you, hunk of junk. I'm outside. Am I wandering? When did that happen? Okay, come back, hunk of junk. You don't know how close you came. If you didn't snap out of it, I was gonna put you on the curb on trash day. Nothing works better than a 42.5 degree karate chop.
That's pretty specific. Oh goodness. This character design. Oh my god. Hello, ma'am. Excuse me, but are you the one who witnessed the murder? Oh, and I'm Phoenix Wright, the lead attorney for this case. How do you do? Also, are you free after the trial tomorrow?
Huh. big shot lawyers.
What? What? I'm Aura Blackwell. Are you serious? Damn, them jeans. There's in 2 smoke shows. Goodness gracious. Also, you look nothing alike. I know it's anime, but come on. At least Trucy and Apollo look alike-ish with the hair. I mean, the eyes are different. But you two? Yeah, okay.
I'm a researcher developing robots here at the Cosmos Space Center.
Blackwell? Could she be? Oh my god.
And this good-for-nothing robot is named Hunk of Junk. My name isn't Hunk of Junk. My name is Clunko. That's mean, Miss Aura. Quit complaining. Your model number is Clunko 2. Yeah, but Miss Aura, everyone calls me Clunko. Quit your squawking already.
Oh. Same. Would. Even if Mr. Blackwell would murder me after. Would anyway. What is she doing? No, what are you doing? No, don't. Oh.
There. I bet you won't be talking back now.
Yeah, I will obey completely. Yikes. I better watch what wires I cross with this one. Just gonna do it right. Oh, I can't present people? Oh, whatever, it's probably in the conversation. Your last name. Yeah. Your last name is Blackwell. Do you have a relative in the legal profession?
You are correct. Simon Blackwell, who used to be a prosecutor, is... Shut up. Only speak when I order you to speak. Simon is my little brother.
One-chan?
You know him?
Yes. We met him in court a few times. Right, Adina? Yo, Adina. What's up? What's going on? You doing good?
What a dull creature. Has her switch been turned off?
Adina being shy? This is new.
Oh yeah, I heard he was prosecuting again, despite being a prisoner. Why doesn't he just stick to solving disputes among inmates in prison, Right? Hey, what do you think, Hunk of Junk?
Miss Aura, that hurts!
I'm asking you a question. Why don't you answer me, useless hunk of junk?
But Miss Aura, you told me only to speak when you order me to speak.
I told you to never talk back to me. You're worth more as scrap.
Robot abuse. Hawk attacks. Blackwell life, family life must sure be interesting.
Well, do you have any other questions? Wait, of course you do. You're a liar. It's not like I'm on Simon's side or anything. I just want to get this over with.
So you're the witness. So you're the person who witnessed the incident.
That's right. I was on the 4th floor of the main building. In the robotics lab. The explosion disabled the elevators. So I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to.
Oh, so you made that ladder, that's nice.
But it was such a pain. Why couldn't they have used the ladders in the other rooms? It must have been a very troubling experience.
Probably best to just humor her here.
Then as I passed by the 3rd floor boarding lounge one window, on my way down, I saw the crime as it happened. And that's about it.
So you saw the crime as it happened, and that's about it? I see. Wait, what? You saw it being committed? This is no time to just nod and repeat. So you saw into the 3rd floor lounge? The very scene of the crime.
That's right. There's a small window on the right side of the room. I looked you from the outside.
What? Oh, he's okay. I was thinking about my ass murderer.
The room was pitch black, but I saw a shady figure holding a lighter in their left hand and a knife in their right.
Like the lighter does not show their face, but it's fine. It's still pitch black, so. That must have been the culprit. Did you see who the person was?
Of course not. The power was out on that floor then, and there was only that tiny window.
I see, but you did witness the moment of the murder.
Yes, I saw the figure with the lighter raise their knife, and
Oh,
it happened at precisely 10 a.m.
does not mention the time. Just cause of death stabbing was discovered in the third floor boarding lounge in the main building. Did you witness anything else? Did the killer have any distinguishing features?
I already told you it was pitch black in there. Although, I did notice that the lighter the person had in their left hand had a pretty ornament on it. It looked like a planet. It was blue, like a little Earth emblem. They had good taste in knickknacks anyway.
That does look cute. A cute little ornament to murder people with. An Earth emblem on the lighter. I'd better remember that. The pair held the lighter with an Earth emblem on their left hand and a knife in their right. Thank you for your statement. We'll definitely prove Mr. Starbucks innocent with it.
Yeah, right. I won't hold my breath.
Pardon me?
Oh, did I hurt your feelings? Sorry, I just detest lawyers, that's all.
Oh, understandable. You lived with one. What did you like about lawyers?
It's just an instinctive dislike.
Are you gonna shoot me? Because yes, please.
But don't feel bad. I hate prosecutors even more.
Is this your theme? Sounds menacing. Sounds like I'm in a synthwave movie. That didn't make me feel any better, actually. I have my boyfriend's a prosecutor. Why do you hate lawyers? Why do you hate lawyers so much?
A little thing from my past. The whole legal system is meaningless in the first place.
I certainly don't agree.
I mean, people are imperfect. They lie. They're influenced by silly emotions. You can't expect such imperfect creatures to uphold a reasonable system of law. I like robots much better. Even sad sacks like this one.
Oh my god! Robot looks excited as hell. And you know what? Same.
Hey you! Look alive there! Yes, yes, here I go! I am the ultimate robot with an amazing operative vacuum, extreme heat, and high pressure. Ruby robots rule the world now. Alright, that's enough out of you.
You're getting a little too carried away. That robot was ready to become the Terminator. Arnold, is it you?
Gah! What was I doing? Yep, I like robots much better. At least you can make them any way you want them. Unlike humans with their petty emotions and constant worries. How can you say such things? Feeling emotions? Worrying about the things we care about? That's what makes us human! Well, the girl finally talks and she starts with a speech. That's what makes us human, you mean? You mean getting angry and snorting like that? Rational thought. That's what separates humans from animals. Unfortunately, your reasoning capabilities are more akin to that of a clever little monkey. But that's nothing to be ashamed of. It must be nice to have such a simple mind.
Can I punch your boss? Get a hold of yourself, Athena. Oh, goodness.
Humans certainly are absurd.
I said you were clever, didn't I? Poor thing. That's wait, she's older sister. How old is she? Oh, he's 37. Goodness. Rocking it. He's 28.
Tell me, with people like you in charge, how can I possibly trust the legal system?
So she distrusts not only lawyers and prosecutors, but the whole legal system. What in the world happened to this woman to make her so bitter? I mean, maybe they case 7 years ago, and her brother is a prisoner. So, that would do it. Even if somebody important to me was killed, I would never wish to see their killer brought to trial. Because I'd much rather kill them myself. Girl boss. You can't be serious.
That thing you're wearing around your neck? Did this?
Around Athena's neck? Does she mean widget?
Oh, I get it. Well, well, Her Royal Highness has returned at last to her castle.
A royal what? Is she talking about Athena?
By the way, I heard the rumors. A director is going to be the star witness in court tomorrow, right?
Director Cosmos. Yes, that's right.
You poor things. You better be careful. That old man is a big liar and a huge braggart.
What?
He might seem like a bigwig, but the senator has all kinds of problems. He has lots of skeletons in his closet. But it's your problem.
So what the fuck is that? That Nickelodeon slime?
So why should I care?
What? That's it? No friendly tips? No good luck, guys? Just splendid.
I'll leave you to your work. Come on, hunk of junk.
There she goes. It's sad to me that she doesn't believe in our legal system anymore. She must have had a very bad experience to make her feel that way. Are you alright, Athena? You seem very down.
I just can't believe she said all those things!
Wow, she's really upset. Has she been trying to not let it show all this time?
Well,
I guess it's not all that surprising. You hear about fabricated evidence and false indictments on the news all the time.
you mean that whole Dark Age of the Law nonsense? I'm so sick of hearing about that. People keep repeating it every time I walk down the street. Dark Age of the Law this, Dark Age of the Law that, whatever.
Well, all we can do is believe in what we're doing.
Yeah. You're right, boss. I agree.
Maybe it's time we went back to see Mr. Starbuck.
Good idea. We should tell him about the bullet and Mr. Blackwell's statement.
Alright then. Next stop. The detention center.
I
A good amount of time has passed for this stream, so this is good. Probably gonna be a good place to stop.
My lawyers are here. It must be bad news.
Hey, not necessarily. We found a new witness. A researcher saw the moment of the murder through the lounge window during her escape.
Really? So they're gonna let me go?
Unfortunately, it was dark and she couldn't identify the person.
I should have known. My stars never align just right, too. But we got a lead too, Mr. Starbuck. The murderer had a lighter with an Earth emblem on it.
He's gonna tell me that he has one.
A lighter with an Earth emblem? Oh! Did you remember something? Please don't tell me it is what I think it is. Yep, I sure did. Just a little bit, though.
Anything at all would be help, so please tell us what you remembered. The lighter.
I thought I was unconscious the whole time. But now I remember I woke up for a few brief moments. That's huge! Do you remember seeing anything? A lighter. I saw the flame of a lighter floating in the darkness.
Good, good. What else did you see? What was it? What was nearby? It was definitely the boarding lounge. So it must have been after Clay carried me there. In the light from the flame, I saw a dark shadow flickering. Okay. A dark shadow. It must have been the real murderer. The third party we've been looking for. Thank you, Mr. Starbuck. You've been more to help than you know. If we can prove that this third person at the scene... there was this third person at the scene, and that they're the real killer, then you'll be cleared of all suspicion. The key will be whether or not we can identify this third person in court tomorrow. At least we have something to go on now. And that's a big plus. I should probably tidy the evidence up a bit before someone mistakes me for a hoarder. Irrelevant evidence has been tidied up. Now we have a glimmer of hope. I'm suddenly starving. Whoa, alright, let's see what we have. The diagrams are still there. Security, pamphlets, bullet hole, capsule, aura statement. Still a couple things here. Why don't we go back to the office and treat ourselves to a big celebration in advance? For someone who's highly empathetic, you can be surprisingly unsympathetic. I'll just have food. December 19th, right? Anything agency. So you found your strategy for tomorrow's trial, huh? Good for you, Daddy. Well, it's one step forward anyway. Hopefully it'll give us a fighting chance in court. As long as I can find out who this third person is. Now let's get something to eat. I'm starving. My vote is for Eldoon's noodles. Oh, no. Is this the scene? Oh, Apollo! Hey, man, how you doing? What are you doing here? I didn't think the clinic was ready to release you yet. My wounds are fine. And I'm done lying around. Apollo, you're supposed to be in bed. Leave the case to us. We'll take it from here. Thanks, but that's not an option. Not for me. Apollo. He needs to do this. It's his friend. But your injuries. Bestie, you good? You shouldn't underestimate your injuries, Apollo. I don't want you overdoing it. I'm fine. I'm not in pain anymore. Besides, they just gave me an IV at the clinic. An IV isn't a cure-all, mummy man. Anyway, just tell me how the case is going. If you guys made any progress. A suspicious figure was spotted at the scene. We think they might be the real killer. A suspicious figure, huh? Right. I thought you'd be happier than that. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm happy. And I fully intend to see Clay's murderer apprehended. Absolutely nothing will get in the way of that. Let's talk about your friend Clay. Clay was your best friend, right, Apollo? That's right. Best friend since junior high. Sounds like me and Junie. So, what was Clay like? Well, he was full of compassion and energy. And he had a really loud voice. If the two of you did voice training together, now I bet you'd break a few windows. Probably all the windows in the building. You know, I bet you're right. It seems like only yesterday, Clay was the guy who lived for his dreams. We used to talk about it a lot. He was going to be an astronaut and me a lawyer. He'd talk well into the night, and even then, we never grew tired of it. Oh, Apollo. Apollo, bought that jacket. Oh. Yes, I was wondering about that. Oh. It's Clay's. I knew it. It's a special jacket that was only issued to members of the Hat Project. He was finally able to get one of his own once he was selected for the Hat 2 mission. He always looked so proud wearing it. But just when his dream was finally coming true. I still can't believe it. Damn it, it's not fair! Aw, this poor guy. It's been through a lot. Apollo, I hope you don't try to carry the burden all alone. I guess we were both unlucky. My own debut was a disaster. I guess you're right on some level. My trial a year and a half ago wasn't exactly the smoothest of starts. Yeah, that was a time. That was a rough time for me. Clay refused to let me quit. You're fine, he'd say. Don't give it up. It was right during the screening exams, too. I couldn't have become a full-fledged lawyer without him. That you're fine of his is why I'm still standing here today. You're fine, huh? Aw. You're fine, and I'm fine. Were like your catchphrases, weren't they? Haha, something like that. Sure brings back memories. When we were in junior high, Clay's mom passed away in an accident. But he wouldn't show his sadness to anyone. One night, I found him crying all alone in the school courtyard. Mom. Get away, Apollo. So come over here. Clay, listen to me. I don't have a mother either. Huh? Oh, there's the babies. I always think everybody has a mom. Why am I the only one? But you know, when I start to feel that way, I yell at the top of my lungs. I holler, I'm fine. And then you know what? I start to feel like maybe I really will be fine. Apollo Justice is fine. Okay, Clay. Now it's your turn. Okay. Clay Terran is fine. There you go. Now we're both fine. We're fine. We're fine. Ha ha ha. Aw, what are you laughing about? See, we're fine. You laugh first. I'm fine. You're fine. We're both fine. Oh. Thanks, Apollo. You say it a lot, it really starts to feel real. And as long as you don't give up, you can keep on fighting. That's what we believed. As long as you don't give up. Wasn't there someone else who said something similar? If I give in to my fear, I'll never find the truth. As long as I don't give up, I can keep up the fight. Clay called Mr. Starbuck his mentor and looked up to him. I wonder if I can be a good role model for my staff like Mr. Starbuck. Aw, Phoenix. He's now the dad of the group. He has to be a good role model. Sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'll be taking a leave of absence. What? What? Well, I didn't know this. I thought we were gonna do that after this trial. What the fuck? And now we're finally caught up. Wait, what do you mean by a leave? You're really serious? Can you at least give me a reason why? When I put Clay's jacket on, I swore to him that I would catch his killer myself. But that's our goal too! I agree with Adina. We should work together to find the truth. The truth, huh? That's a noble cause. But what if the truth you seek and the truth I seek turn out to be different? I'm not sure I follow. What are you saying, Apollo? I'm gonna catch the person responsible for taking my friend's life in my own way. Take good care of Mr. Starbuck for me. Now I must be going. Goodbye. He's gonna kill him! Goodbye? Did he just say goodbye? I sense a lot of seething anger and hatred coming from him. And also, suspicion. He's not walking out on us like this. I'm gonna talk some sense into him. Hold on, Athena. Apollo can believe what he wants, but I believe he's wrong. Even if we take different paths, the truth we arrive at should be the same. Oh, wait. You believe he's wrong? Wait. Oh, he believes he's wrong. I think the quicker we solve this case, the better it'll be for Apollo.
Yeah, you're right, boss.
Alright. That's enough for one day. Make sure you're ready for tomorrow's trial, okay? Tomorrow's trial. Wow, what a fucking emotional roller coaster that was. If he were here right now, Apollo would say, I'm fine. Everything is fine. I just hope things really do turn out fine tomorrow. And that ends it. And now we're officially caught up, technically, to everything, because he left. He put in his leave of absence at the end of the first trial. Save our current progress, yes. And day 2 is about to get crazy. I don't even know who the fucking murderer is. There's a lot of crazy people going on. Even though I think Fulbright is like has something to do pretty heavily. I feel like he may be involved in the... Although, he is on the cover of this. So maybe he did do it. It's not on the cover in the other ones. If we go by covers. I feel like he maybe did it. For some reason. He did have something to hide. It's either him or Yuri Cosmos. That's all I can think of who the two people are. But, yeah. Hay muchos... speak Spanish in 30 seconds. Okay, let's go. Hay muchas personas que pueden hacer en esto juego. Que en este caso. No sé quién va a ser. Pienso el roboto. Panko. El persona que yo pienso es la que mató la Clay. Sí, roboto. Mire eso. Eso roboto es loca. But never. It's totally possible. The eyes of a killer. Anyway, that has been it though. I'm sorry guys, but I do have things to do. But tomorrow I will try to stream a little longer. This is it though for today. We'll continue this tomorrow. Thank you everyone.